Hi guys, and welcome to the Peninsula Angling Club training videos. My name's Dirk Boerta and this is episode 2 of chapter 1, and today we're going to be discussing reels. I'm pretty sure all of you are familiar with this kind of reel. We refer to them as coffee grinders for obvious reasons, grinding some coffee. This specific one is a Mensa Steeler. If you're doing social angling and you're really not interested in becoming competitive in any way, these will sort you out. Honestly, they're available at Pick n Pay and Game. You can probably pick them up for about 150 bucks, maybe 200, I'm not too sure. But they really are nice reels to have. I've personally caught quite a few fish on this specific reel, and I find them very durable. The problem with these reels are they lack the bait runner functionality. Now, when you go and you have this on your rod and you want the fish to be able to take your line without taking your rod, your reel and everything into the water, you need to adjust your drag, and you've got to turn it all the way down so that the spool will run. The problem is that when the fish does take it, you have to grab the spool and then you've got to adjust the tension on your drag back to the point where you can actually turn the handle without the spool turning. All of that takes time, and time in a competition loses you fish, it loses you points, and it is therefore better to go for a reel that has bait runner functionality. Something like this. This is the Okuma Longbow 650-2. I've actually recently seen an advert for them in the Bank Angler magazine for 219 rands. Really? That is stupid cheap for what you get. I personally got them even cheaper because I bought them at a trade show in bulk. I still have 16 of them. Some of the rest of them I sold to club members and provincial members. But here's a little word on the bait runner functionality. This reel looks like a normal coffee grinder, but it isn't. You have two drags on this reel. You've got a rear drag and a front drag. Now, bait runner functionality sometimes has two rear drags. It's entirely possible. The thing is that you can switch on your bait runner functionality and have the reel run. Then when you turn the handle after having had a fish on, the bait runner functionality switches off and the spool no longer turns. Which means that you can go straight over to your secondary drag and tire out the fish and land it that way. Definitely worth it, worth having. Personally, I like the Okuma Longbow 650-2. I like it because it's incredibly good value for money. You cannot go wrong with this reel. I have had problems with some of them breaking the click pole that makes the noise when you've got fish taking your line. It's entirely repairable. I've repaired it myself. You can buy click poles. I think they're 50 cents each, and you do have to order them in advance. So when you buy your reels, get a couple of those, order them, and lean on your tackle shop to get you some. The thing is, a lot of other fishermen are going to say to you, buy Shimano reels. I've never owned a Shimano. Maybe it is that I don't know what I'm missing out on, but honestly, the cheapest Shimano I've been able to find with the bait runner functionality on it was 600 rands, and that is up country. So by the time it's down here, you add another 200 rands to it. I can buy 3 of these for that price. So really, I would much rather buy 3 reels that have 70% of the quality of a Shimano but get them at a third of a price. It's my logic. That's what my budgeting mechanism tells me. If I break one of these, I pick up another one. Whereas if I break a Shimano, I don't have another one because they're too expensive. I can't afford another one. That's my logic on the Longbow 650s, 650-2. There are other Okuma reels that fall in the same range and same series. Be careful. You don't want to buy a reel that doesn't take enough line. This is a good balance, the Longbows specifically. Before I sign off this episode, I need to show you this. And the older guys are going to say, "Oh, you still have one of those?" And yes, I do. I will never, ever, ever get rid of my center pin reels. They are lovely. This particular one I bought in 1993. It is 21 years old and it's still working as if it's brand spanking new. If you're new to the sport and you don't have a couple of these, get a couple. Really, just get yourself 2 of these, and that's when you have money, and you will find out just how much fun they are. They are difficult to use. They are a bit of a labor because you need to take the entire spool off in order to cast, and you've got to keep turning the spool when casting the opposite side from the previous cast so you don't end up twisting your line. But, and this is the sound all aged anglers want to hear. Oh yeah, that just sends a chill up the spine. These are relatively inexpensive. They are becoming expensive, so now is pretty much the time to get yourself some. The thing is, they don't break. Really, accidentally breaking one of these is almost impossible. You are going to buy this and it's going to live with you. You're going to give this to your grandkids. Again, guys, I'm not being paid by anybody to mention names and brands, so I'm giving you my honest opinion. The reels I've shown you here today are reels that I've used, that I've had good experiences with. There are reels I've had bad experiences with. As I said, I've never had a Shimano, so I can't say it was. But this is what you will not go wrong with, so, because that's what I know. That's it on the episode for reels. That was episode 2 of chapter 1. I will see you again in episode 3 of chapter 1, in which we will be discussing fishing line. I'll see you then. Ciao.